I want to start by thanking my family for coming tonight. Thank you so much for your support. And thanking some dear friends of mine who have made it. And I accept this award on behalf of tens of thousands of youth across the nation who have seen how their communities have been left behind and exploited by our current food system, and they've taken up action to correct those problems. These youth are using music, dance, arts, and self-expression to create a culture of youth who demand access to healthy and affordable food. They're taking on industries much bigger than themselves, with more money than we know, and they're winning. And I applaud them for that and support them. As I grew up, as I mentioned in the video, I grew up in a food insecure household, raised by my single mother, who was at the time, when I was a lot younger, working in a farm-to-table restaurant. But at the end of the day, we ended up eating junk food, fast food, microwave meals. And growing up in a town like Santa Cruz, I don't know if y'all know about it, but that's a town known for healthy eaters, and surrounded by that, seeing the difference in my life, I felt some shame. And especially as we see more awareness growing around childhood obesity, there's a lot of talk that that's shaming to folks who eat unhealthy food. And there's judgment. And it wasn't until I had the opportunity to work at Food Wet. And I'm not sure if y'all have ever met the Food Wet crew, but there's a certain way that we do stuff. And so I want to invite y'all to say it with me. This is how it goes. It goes, food what? There we go. Food Wet is a unique program, and I remember one day we transplanted rows of lettuce, and then we'd been thinning the carrots, and it was after a lunch of a sprouted wheat and a quesadilla with a sprouted wheat tortilla and some stir-fried chard, that we were in a workshop, and we were talking about how our food system is controlled by corporations, and it wasn't until that moment that I realized that there was no shame for me to have, that some folks are given an abundant access to healthy and affordable fresh organic food, but other folks simply don't have that option and don't have that access. There I was able to turn my shame into a tool to inspire my peers, and that inspiration and witnessing how having inaccess to food negatively impacted me made me want to make a difference. And that's why I got involved with Rooted in Community, the only national youth-led movement towards healthy food. In the summer of 2011, we created the Youth Food Bill of Rights, and we could not have done that without the support of our amazing project directors, Gerardo Marin and Kate Casal. Kate has taught me that she's been a model for what allyship really means. And she showed me that being a good teacher means being a friend that cares. And I appreciate her so much for that. Hera, who is our other co-PD, he has reminded me that the work that we do, it's for our spirits. And he reminded me that our culturally unique foodways are actually foodways that support healthy lifestyles, and that those are the places we need to get back to. So, when I engaged 100 youth from across the nation to write the Youth Food Bill of Rights, I was working with youth who have stories just like my own, stories of food inaccess, stories of no access to nutrition education or good food in schools. And it's my belief that if we work with the communities that are most hurt by our current food system, that we'll have a food system that supports all of us. And I saw these youth as they were writing the Youth Food Bill of Rights, realizing that this was a tool that we can use to hold our elected officials accountable to a food system that supports us all. We saw the gaps in the Farm Bill, and we knew that there were issues that needed to be addressed. I can't talk about Rooted in Community without talking about someone who I owe so much to, Hank Herrera. He, for those of you who know Hank, and those of you who might meet him tonight, Rooted in Community would not be around without him. Like so many nonprofit organizations, Rooted in Community relied on his volunteer effort for years and years, and there would be no Youth Food Bill of Rights without you, Hank. And I'm so thankful for you. I want to thank a couple more people. I want to thank Abby Bell and Duran Comerchero, the directors of Food What. The two of you brought me here for the first time to see the Broward Youth Awards as a youth having fun up there listening to music and being inspired. And here I am today, and I wouldn't be here without you, so I thank you so much. I want to conclude by asking anyone who identifies as a youth to stand up. You all are the movement. You are not the future's leaders, you are today's leaders, and I thank you and accept this word on behalf of the work that you all do in your communities. I'm so inspired by you. You give me so much hope, and I appreciate the work that you do. And I want to ask anyone in this room who believes in a food system that honors our bodies, that honors our planet, and that honors the people and the animals that produce it, to check out the Youth Food Bill of Rights. Youth especially, we have monthly actions, and I would love to have your input to help build a future food system that is created with you in mind. So please help move forward the Youth Food Bill of Rights. It's nothing without the work that you do. Join us in our monthly actions. This month we're focusing on genetically modified organisms. If you don't know what that is, check it out. And I think all of us can commit tonight to talking to one person about GMOs. So thank you all once again for coming. Anisha and Ruth, thank you for making this week amazing. And my new friends, I'm never going to forget you.